back to the storytelling part of marketing, like your history is part of your story, and there's a record on the project called Origins, and without that we're not here, like the good, bad, happy, sad, everything in between. So I think the same point that he's reinforcing is like those experiences make us who we are. Like, it wasn't about it being ideal. Some things are just timing related, but there's for sure things I picked up that I apply, you know what I'm saying, that I picked up from being in the system of a major that I'm able to maybe apply in a better sense or a more refined sense on the indie side of things. I mean, there are obvious differences budgeting wise and whatnot, but the game has just changed too. So me signing 19, 20 years ago was like, I was just happy to be there. Part of it, like, versus fast forward even 10 years from there, it's like, nah, I need A, B, C, and D, or I'm gonna just not budge or not move, or I'm gonna just do it myself.
Right.
And also, you figure out how to, maximize your return, whatever we aiming for, that changes, that evolves. Sometimes it's just getting the surface level. Then once you get there, it's like, where we go from here. And I think those, like you said, those experiences make it a little, I won't say easier, but it's a different way of navigating all of it.
Right, because I mean, that's what's kind of crazy about it, is that for a long time it's felt like the rap game or the music industry would dump millions of dollars into building up artists, and then maybe that artist doesn't work in a major label setting, but now he's very, very well known to the rest of the hip hop fan base, and he's able to go do his own thing independently and benefit from the fact that the label promoted him so much and turned him into a household name, even if he's, to the average rap fan, probably always kind of knew that this person wasn't really going to be able to fit in this major label world. But now we have like a new world where it's almost like the labels all sort of realized at a certain point, like, we're playing this game where we're throwing hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars at artists to try to sign them and then hope that they develop themselves into something. What if we just don't do that? Like, it's almost like the labels kind of just said, you know what? Okay, we're going to let them figure this out on their own. And then, but now it feels like you have less artists who are really like benefiting from that process of the labels building them up. I saw somebody point out the other day, they're like, who's the superstar rapper in their 20s right now? The youngest superstar rapper is Playboi Carti. And he's like 31 or something.
NBA
Young boy. Okay, you're right. Young boy is the other one. But it's like,
how old is he?
He's like 24 or something. He's young as fuck.
He can't be 14.
No, he's a child. He's super young.
He's in his 20s.
But like, when you think about that, I think a big part of that is the fact that we just don't have the labels investing money to even be able to make the fans begin to pay attention, to have that sort of like vision of these artists, and that's kind of crazy when you can name a ton of superstars who are in their 30s and 40s, but then the 20s is like, and is that going to continue on, or like, is everything just going to feel that much smaller compared to what was coming down the pipeline for all these years?
This shit's going to be unpredictable, like it's always been.
Yeah,
I think that's where it started to get tricky, when they start trying to predict the trend to see what's going to happen next. Then they bet on something, and then it's the complete opposite. Because with this shit, I don't know. It's people we've seen survive or excel in their careers that you probably thought wouldn't exist later on, and vice versa. It's people you thought probably had the greatest potential, and without a machine, they don't they fall into oblivion. So I think it's tricky. I think it should just, sometimes it just happens how it happens.
Yeah, I think it's a lot about adaptation. And I think the success stories are the ones that learn and grew. Because you, like, back to the reference point of currency, and like I said, I'm familiar with that myself. Trip, there's a select few other artists that I could think of that maybe didn't reach their peak while on a major and still like survive the times or still flourishing. I can also think of so many more artists that got way more label support, got way more money put into their brand names and their careers early on, that just fell from grace, or
Yeah,
I guess I say it like bluntly, like they stopped making rap money not long after that support. You know what I'm saying, wasn't there. And so I feel like the difference was people that soaked up the game and learned why they were, you know, however it went on the front end, but like what did you take from it to pivot? I mean, I look at he's a superstar success story. If I look at what Nas has done in the last 5 years or so as a reflection of that, even though he never like fell off or anything, but I feel like he figured out how to navigate the current terrain. We got one of these. He figured out how to navigate like what the game looks like today, you know, and not just sonically. I don't think he ever lost it, like skill set wise, but he realized it's a different way of reaching. You know what I'm saying?
He adapted.
And a lot of people didn't. You know, I saw people with huge records, huge pushes, and then they, you know, they not rapping no more, put it like that.
Yeah.
I remember seeing something though where Nas was talking about how it's kind of a
Trap God mixtape.
No, Trap God mixtape. What, the Gucci tape? That is an amazing tape. You know what I'm talking about though?
No,
it's an inside joke. Man. It's a Gucci Mane interview, or it's a Rocco interview. The Gucci Mane crashed. He was talking about Nas.
Oh, for real? What did he say about Nas?
Nothing favorable, but I don't think it had anything to do with Nas. I think it would anybody that they were mentioning would have caught the stray. So
yeah, no, I mean Nas is like I've had that happen where I hear like a young dude talking about Nas like he's just some corny ass old rapper, and I'm just like, God damn, like I've never felt older in my life right now hearing you talk about Nas like he's Run DMC or some shit. Like
there's a generational divide in rap, hip hop, but that comes with the times changing. The game took a drastic shift, and I think technology obviously was the corporate of it. But that's most industries. Everything is different. You go to the movie theaters and it's empty. Like people don't get content in the same means or fashion that they used to. So you look at the people, the players in it differently. I mean, basketball is the same way. The game has changed, you know.
100%. But I seen this thing in Nas where he was basically talking about how it's a gift and a curse because people will, you know, obviously Illmatic, one of the greatest rap albums of all time, people never shut the fuck up about it. People want to do collaboration capsule releases for that album, etc. And meanwhile, he don't own the album. You know, he's excited about his current output because he owns it and he's profiting from it. And I feel like so many times since I heard Nas say that, I will hear someone, because Nas is the kind of rapper that you hear like extremely casual rap fans glorifying him, and 10 times out of 10 they're talking about Illmatic. You know, like people will acknowledge that he's still rapping very well and still makes great music from time to time, but I mean people are just hung up on that album, and it's kind of a weird battle for him because it's like on one hand, it's great to be celebrated, and on the other hand, it's like, well, I would rather you celebrate the stuff that I'm actually earning from right now.
It's tricky, man, because like I would agree it's a gift and a curse, because on one hand, you got a person somewhere that feels like, man, I've done all of this, and here you are saying, hey man, where your new music? You know, so in a sense you got you got the whole what have you done for me lately culture. And for him to be fortunate enough to have something that was strong enough to last long enough for you to still be pleased with, I think, you know, like you said, that's the gift in it, but it's also the curse, because now he benefits the most from his music, and that's not the music you recognized. So, you know, I can understand.
Do you guys ever feel like you're walking that tightrope where it's like you've got this back catalog that the fans are extremely enthusiastic about, and sometimes it can feel like, as much as they love the older stuff, it can be kind of hard to get them as excited about new stuff, or is it
not so much? Well, for me, I own everything but one song, so you know, I think
what's the one song?
Letter to My Son's on one I don't own.
Okay, why do you not own that one?
Because I signed to Interscope.
Oh, but only one song came out under them that you.
Yeah,
Really? Wow, that's crazy.
that's the silver lining.
Yeah,
I'm like, I had to bite the bullet for that one record, but I get paid for every record other than that one. So
for sure.
I take that. It is what it is. I'll just look at that like what do you call the second sweat equity.
Mhm.
So so be it. It costs money to build your house, and then when you start living in it, if you build it, in most cases you love it. So I kind of look at it the same way. Letter to my son, it was the foundation for me to start building. So I can't quite relate to Nas in that sense because he made much more money off the music that him and the label made a lot more money off the music that the label owns versus what he makes now. For me, like I said, I only had to sacrifice one record. So